am so excited. I have 2 packages here. Can hear my excitement. I'm going to do a little unboxing. This is something I've never done. This is only my 2nd video on the channel. Hopefully you enjoy. This is going to be a real treat for me. So hopefully my excitement is translated well and you guys can get excited, and feel free to ask any questions in the comments. First package here. Let's go ahead and open her up. Got some Canadian pennies. Here I've got 1923. No, the price on here is not what I paid for them. 1926. I love these. Who is this? George V. Very Canadian, very classic. And then 1922. Very nice. I will be putting these in my album of Canadian small pennies later in the video. First, let's open up this other package. Just wanted to mention real quick, those pennies in the 1920s are the key dates for the series. Most of the ones from the 40s onward you can still find in circulation here in the United States. Most of the ones I have in my album are actually pulled from circulation. Some of them in the 30s, and then all of them in the 20s are almost impossible to find in circulation, so I went ahead and purchased those. Alright, second package. These ones are a little bit more annoying, but they're also more secure. So let's go ahead and open it up here. I think on the end it will work better. There we go. Ooh, bunch of packing peanuts. Nice little gift box. How very nice. Pop the tape on this. Oh yeah. Let me try to focus this camera a bit. I'll put it under my close-up camera so you can see it a bit better. There we go. It's actually got like very fine details, but it's heavily corroded. Not got a whole lot of those details left. Go. It's a good mint mark. Nice serifs. Lots of detail. This reverse just so in so much better shape. There's still a bit of corrosion, but still a solid coin. Picked it up at a decent price as well for the 2nd key date in the series. Solid coin. tell what it is. It's a slab. What is it? This is one of these ones. Boom. Very nice. These are the last 2 coins to complete my Indian head set. Not the best shape, but still 2 solid coins. Let's take a closer look at the 1877. I'll be able to get a good view of it. Refocus. A little bit of problems with the light on this camera. It's a good date. Oftentimes with this year you'll see the 1872 changed to an 1877, in which case the second 7 will look a bit different. With a genuine 1877, it has a bulbous tail and then a really fat top with what looks like almost a crown sitting on top of the 7. There's a bit of damage on the back there. Oh, that big scratch is just on the case. So first things first, I opened up the Canadian cents package first, so I'm going to add them into my album first. This is the Lighthouse brand album. It's a premium collector's album. It has high quality pages. Unlike the Dansko albums, this is gloss. It's not the high quality leather, but it's still really well built and well assembled. Don't have a couple of the varieties. There's a couple of the newer ones and the proofs that I don't have. But as far as the Canadian pennies that were issued for circulation, other than the varieties, the only ones I have left are the 22 through 27, and I got the 22 through 26 just today. So let's go ahead and put those in the album here. And also, unlike most of the Dansko albums, these ones have this plastic slides in individual rows. Most of the Dansko albums will have it by 2 rows. So let's take a closer look at the 1922. Very nice coin. Let's go ahead and pop her in the album. Next we have the 23. And this is the key date of the series. The most expensive one out of all of them. Very unassuming. Very pretty coin. In nice shape too. Pop her in there. On to the 24. Nice clean surfaces. Still a lot of detail. Even though I've been collecting Canadian pennies for a little while, I always forget that they have the medallic alignment and not the coin alignment like US pennies. Let's pull out the second one for the 1925. This one almost looks polished. It's so clean. And I'm pretty sure it had a really old, either a cleaning or it was just in some pocket where someone was rubbing it with their fingers a lot, because that's not quite normal wear, but still very pretty coin. And on to the 1926. It's a slight corrosion spot there. Let me try to focus this. Very nice coin. All right. If anyone knows where I can get a good deal on a 1927, or if you have one, I'll happily buy it from you. That is the last one that I need to complete this album, other than some of the modern stuff, but 2 Dansko albums that I took the pages out of so that I can take a picture of all of them when I am done. Starting with the Indian heads, leading all the way up, whoops, that's not pennies, to the newest. 2 coins to add into here. First one is on this 3rd page. 1909S. I have the 8 there, and the rest of them, got a couple of them in really nice shape. The last coin needed for this album, for this page, I mean, sorry. 1909S. Perfect. Lovely. Now for my set of pennies from 1857 through 2020, I did not include the major varieties except for the ones issued directly by the mint intentionally. So the large date, small date varieties, the 1982 copper and zinc varieties. I included all those because they were issued by the mint. However, the double dies, overdate, like this 1969 over 69, I did not include. First of all, they get really expensive on top of just the normal SVDB, 09S, 14D, 31S, 1877. The other key dates, the varieties, are extremely collectible. It's really hard to find good quality coins. So I opted to forego those coins for this set, mostly because I wanted to have the tagline of every coin issued for circulation. Those technically weren't issued for circulation. In fact, there's stories about the 1955 double die being recalled and some of them being melted down, even though they're still out there and they still are collectible. I'm gonna have to look it up. I want to say it was in the 60s when they were first discovered, and I first started collecting them. The U.S. Mint confiscated a couple of them, and so partially for that reason, this set I didn't want to include all the die varieties. So, without further ado, let's get to this 1877 here. Before I even take it out of the ring here, I'm going to put it under the scope. Take a closer look at her. As I said before, that's a beautiful date. Nice clean coin. The N is a bit weak with a little divot there. Other than that, it's a solid example. The N was often shallow on this series because on the obverse, if we look at where the N was, oh, come on. It is right at the deepest part of the design, right where the chin and ear are on Liberty's headdress. And because it took so much metal to fill up that end, oftentimes there wasn't enough pressure on that side to fill the die completely, so it was often weak, and then after wear it would often fade right away. So all right. Do I have autofocus on? Nope. Oh well. All right. We have the 1850 or 1877. Wow. Let me fill that hole. I am going to save the label for this. I'll probably put it on a 2x2 and put it in the back of the Dansko album, along with some pictures of the coin. Alrighty, and this is rubberized, so it's just pops right out of there. Gently push it down in there and close the slide. Woo-hoo. Man, look at that. Full of coins. Now I'll just show you this one real quick. My 2 cent. Missing the small motto and the 1872. Have all the other dates. Nice set. Let me lay these out on my coffee table and show you a closer picture. Every small penny minted by the US government for circulation. If you collect coins, and hopefully if you're watching a video about coins, you do, this is the feeling that you hope to have when you finish a set. And it's been 15 years in the running for specifically this set. I can tell you, like, when I got my SVDB last year, the high of having the set lasted a whole month of just like oh my goodness, I finally did it. But now, like, every small penny minted for circulation every year, like 1857 was a long time ago, and they have made a penny every year at 3 different mints. It was just Philadelphia for the first 50 years. Then San Francisco started, and then 1914, I believe. Yeah, 14 was 1911 was the first year that Denver started striking pennies. If you are looking forward to finishing a set, it's not just about finishing. It's about learning along the way and seeing stuff that are going to be way out of your price range for the longest time. I remember when I was 12 or 13 and I had my Whitman folders. I was talking to a neighbor who also collected coins, and I said, I wonder if we could put our collections together and somehow eventually have an entire set of Lincoln pennies. And he's like, yeah, that would be kind of crazy, but then we'd still need the SVDB, which at the time was $400 on the low end. And like, yeah, but it's still a goal. That's like a big goal. And for a 14-year-old, 13, yeah, I think it was about 12 or 13 at the time. That amount of money was 4 years of saving Christmas and birthday money. And it just seemed really unattainable. Even once I got my first job and was making a decent bit per paycheck, that kind of money still was, on one penny was not going to be worth it. But the more I looked through other coins, saw people collecting, and going to coin shops and coin shows and seeing the ridiculous prices on coins, in the thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for a little piece of metal, makes you really think about how much something's worth, not just because other people say it's worth something, but the historical value and the rarity and the scarcity. The coin shows I've gone to, there may be at the most a dozen 1909 SVDBs, and that's out of 25 coin dealers or more that all come together. It's just an extremely scarce coin, and a lot of people will also buy them for investment purposes, because it is going up in value a good 2 to 3% each year, and that adds up over 10 years. But the journey, I know this is really corny, but the journey, like, I've learned so much with coins, and I love sharing the hobby, and that's the reason I started this YouTube channel, because I want to share my excitement, and just posting on Facebook for my 4 family members, or talking to a couple friends about it, didn't seem like it lived up to my excitement, but not just my excitement of finishing, but the 15-year journey to get me to this point. So if you've been collecting for a couple years and you want to learn more about coins, go for it. Please, by all means, learn about what you're interested in. I'm really into copper coins. If you're more into silver or gold or nickels, whatever it is, learn every bit of information I have a bunch of books right over here. This whole shelf are red books. I have a bunch of older versions, and then I've also got some other ones dedicated to specific types of coins. The whole second shelf is more specific coins, and then also grading books, cherry picker's guide, among other ones. There's a saying, buy the book before you buy the coin. Nowadays you can learn a lot online, just need to make sure you're learning it from the right spot, because there's a lot of misinformation and clickbait articles and stuff. So I would still highly recommend getting books or going to the library, but learning. And then it's also just real fun to get rolls of coins from banks, or every time I hear someone has a collection that they have had, I always go above and beyond, offering some 2x2 flips, or an empty tube. Like, I always have extra coin supplies to help share the hobby, because it's worth, even if they don't really get into it, giving to people my knowledge is as rewarding as it is sharing my knowledge is really rewarding after spending so much time learning. So yeah, keep at it, keep collecting, collect however you want to. There's no wrong way to collect, as a local dealer says. However, know what you're doing. There's no such thing as too much information. There's wrong information for sure, but hopefully that wrong information can be corrected by getting more and sharing the hobby. So I hope you all have enjoyed the video and my little monologue here. I need to calm down after the excitement, which probably won't happen for quite a while. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. I've got plenty of coins I can show off and just do a show and tell. I can do a review of some fun facts. I could do a quiz video. Whatever you would like to see, I'd be more than happy to spend some time making some quality content for you. Peace.